Arrogancy is something that totally snuck up on me like a thief in the night. It wasn't until this last year that I realized that these arrogant thoughts were making their way into my life. And from my point of view, it's so easy for one to get filled up with these thoughts. All it takes is one compliment, and then all of a sudden you're starting to look at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, maybe they are right. Maybe I do look pretty good. Or if you're on the other end of the spectrum like me, and you get a few hurtful comments, now all of a sudden you're bucking against your insecurities. You become worried about every little move you make. You get so engulfed in yourself and the way that you look in front of others, so much so that at this point, now you're just, you're on a constant mission trying to prove a point, trying to prove how amazing you actually are, making every little thing about yourself. And that's honestly how arrogancy operates. It catches you off guard the second you think, no, I'm a humble guy. I would never do something like that. That's not me. That's actually where arrogancy likes to play at. That's its little sandbox. So it is important to take Childish Gambino's advice and stay woke. Be aware of yourself and keep your eyes peeled for those things that could make you go askew. One game changer for me this year was refraining from social isolation. Because I deal with social anxiety, this has become a huge bad habit of mine, and I've had to learn how to open myself up to new people, new experiences, and create divergency in my day-to-day life. Like getting out and just enjoying the world. Social media does such a great job of flooding our minds with useless information. So getting outside and enjoying nature with my family and my friends has become a much needed cathartic experience for me. By the way, before I move on, I do want to mention that I decided to work with Bespoke Post on today's video simply because they have honestly motivated me to continue this way of living and to step outside of not just my house but my comfort zone. Bespoke Post actually offers a wide variety of boxes that are very different from the usual box type memberships, and each box you receive every month is always something new. And if you're wondering and you're asking yourself, what the heck even comes in these boxes?
What's in the box?
Well, Bespoke will actually show you what's inside every single month before they go ahead and actually ship it out to you. So if you don't want the box, then you can go ahead and skip it for that month, or you can swap it out for another box since they have a wide variety of categories to choose from. Every box includes at least $70 worth of items, so you're always getting more bang for your buck. And so now that I've received this toast box by Bespoke Post, it actually motivates me to shut that laptop off, chill with a friend or two, and just enjoy some cigars together. Same with the Terra kit. As I've mentioned, since hiking has become a bigger part of my life now, this kit, which includes some outdoorsy campsite items, has got me absolutely pumped for my next adventure. So if you want to check out Bespoke Post and get 20% off of your first order, I'll be sure to put that link and information down below in the description. Now let's go ahead and switch gears a little here. When it comes down to it, your quality of life depends a lot on your relationships, your friendships, your family, your girl, your wife especially. Relationships come with all kinds of curveballs. You're constantly tested every single day as a brother, a son, a husband, whatever. As men, it's our job to set that tone in these relationships, to break that bad habit of pride. Constantly, every single day. Dude, like, to be honest with you, I'm still learning this, man. Like, there's so many times where I have a chance to break that pride, break that bad habit of pride, and I don't. I'm still learning, man. I'm still trying my best. There are times when I do, but then there are times where I don't as well. And this is just something I'm working on myself. And thank God I have a really chill, cool wife that is down for me and that forgives very easily. And I just talked about this at Men's Breakfast, which is something me and my dad run once a month near my house. But we just, the topic of our discussion was being a gentle warrior. And this is something it's taken me a long time to learn. All growing up, when I hear that word warrior, I automatically think like 300 Gladiator, all this like war stuff and like freaking manly stuff that gets you all juiced up and, pumped up. But the true warrior is tested when he has to be gentle. And it's easy to go out into war when you're all pumped up and freaking excited, but how about being gentle when conflicts arise? And that's, as men, we're not called to be the man of the house. What I say goes, and to be dominant and aggressive. We're called to actually be the foundation, to come with humility, gentleness, tenderness, love. And when you decide to come from this angle all the time, self-righteousness, aggression, and dominance, this person, whether that's your wife, friends, family, whatever, this person's never going to feel safe around you. They're never going to open up. But the second you change your angle and you bring that person in, and you come with humility and you come with love, that person's going to now feel like they can trust you, and that now they can open up. And the second you come to them and you say, hey, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that mistake I made, I'm gonna do better in this area of my life to better honor you. What happens every time when you admit you're sorry? The other person's gonna be like,
all right, well, I'm sorry too, that wasn't cool of me either.
right? So, that's what being a man is all about. That's what, it's all about being a gentle warrior, to set that tone. And so many times, I know for me personally, I've had to take that step back and really look at the situation and think to myself, what's really more important here, my ego or this relationship? Because I can be Mr. Right all day long, but I'm gonna be Mr. Right over there on that island all by myself with nobody around, everybody thinking I'm a big dumb idiot. Or I can come with humility, admit all my shortcomings, and have a squad around me, have an empire around me. A lot of people think that gentleness is weakness, but in actuality, when you think about it, there's to be gentle is very masculine. It takes a lot of strength to be gentle, because it's easy to be gentle when everything's going great in your life, and your relationships, everything's going great. But how about when a conflict arises? How easy is it then to be gentle, to be soft, to be that gentle warrior? So sometimes doing that uncomfortable thing can be the most strongest, manliest thing you can do, because sometimes being a gentle warrior is a war in its own. And sometimes, showing gentleness, showing tenderness and love, it can be very, very uncomfortable. And that's something to be said as well. Comfortability isn't something we should always be seeking. Comfortability and staying inside of your comfort zone is it's self-destructive. And I've seen this happen so many times. I've seen it happen to me time and time again. I actually saw this quote the other day, and it said, "It is always by way of pain one arrives at pleasure." And there's nothing more true. It always uncomfortability always brings out the best in you. And as humans, you got to realize that we were made to adapt. We were made to be pushed outside of our comfort zone. If you aren't growing, then you're regressing. And honestly, looking back, these last few years at me and my life, I've been living, like I said, in that state of scarcity, which we talked about in that about 3 or 4 videos ago. And I've been regressing, man. I haven't been moving forward. I haven't been multiplying my talents and what I believe God has given me. I haven't been really just pushing forward and pushing myself and reaching for things outside of just materialistic things. I haven't been reaching for those more important things that actually matter in life. I've been so focused on money, success, and just reaching new goals, goal after goal after goal. But that is cool and great to have goals, but you gotta find that balance. You gotta find, you gotta stay true to yourself. You gotta stay authentic. You can't waver, who you are and what you feel you're called to do. I've had to learn this. I feel like lately I've been disregarding my true self and the things that I want to say just for popularity, to be more likable. And this is very dangerous territory that I've been playing in, and thank God, but I've had that awakening. I've had that realization that this is territory that I don't want to get near. It's not safe for me as a person. And I feel like I've been entrusted with a lot. I feel like I've been entrusted with, a really great life, a really great wife who is my best friend. I've been entrusted with you, and this platform that I've been graciously given. And so I don't want to, I want to show myself worthy. I can be trusted with what God has given me, and for Him to use me as that vessel, for Him to materialize the visions that He has for my life. So for 2020, my personal goal is just to be 100% authentic to you, rather than chasing money, success, popularity, views, likes, like I have been. I just want to focus on chasing a better me instead. And honestly, I don't know if this is throwing too much weight or pressure on your shoulders, but I am looking to you to be that support system for me. I've gotten labeled sometimes. People have labeled me a mentor, whether that's true or it isn't. Whatever the case, every mentor should be mentored as well. And I'm looking for mentorship, you know? I'm looking for a brother to keep me aligned, you know, to see my visions of being authentic, to see that stuff come to fruition. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to give it a nice big thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and hit that notifications button to be informed when I drop some new content. And I'll see you very, very soon. My name is Drexler. Shaka bra.